Char Margolis, Char Communications Incorporated, and CharVision LLC do not endorse or offer for any purpose but entertainment the views of any guest or other expert on CharVision or UBN.
I knew things before they happened from the time I was a child. At the age of 8, I saw a spirit at the foot of my bed and didn't know what it was. And in my 20s, I finally realized I had a special ability that could help others. I have learned that love never dies. There is a spirit world that can communicate with us, and we all have the gift of intuition. Join me, and together we will explore the possibilities of the unknown from beyond and more. This is CharVision.
Hey everybody, it is May 17th. Gosh, I can't believe it's May 17th, 2024. It's sunny in Char and Tony. Hi, Tony.
Little old me back in Los Angeles.
Yep, and little old me back in Michigan.
How's
So-
Michigan holding up? Is the deer still coming and see you?
They follow me around till I feed them. Is there too much of a shadow on me? It looks like there's a shadow.
Lean back again. Well, just sunny shadow, but
Okay, oh, that's right. There he goes. No, he's down. Because he was going to do a little dance. He was gonna right paw in and take his right paw out and put his right paw in and you
shake it all about.
You do the
Hokey
hokey
pokey.
and you turn yourself about.
That's what
it's all about. Okay, that's enough.
I thought maybe Sonny was taking stripper pole lessons.
Have you ever done that?
I've always wanted to, but I was too shy.
I bet you wanted to.
Yeah.
There's no way.
I-
Like when you were in high school, could you climb the rope?
Yeah. Well, when I lost weight and started working out, but when I was younger, when I was chunky, as they called me.
I could never climb that rope.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh, no. I couldn't. But I could jump on horses bareback.
Oh really?
Oh yeah, I was like an Indian.
Wow.
I mean, I used to jump. I remember jumping over barrels of straw and hay that were at least 4 feet high bareback.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
On my horse Misty that I loved so much. She was my favorite horse ever. She was so pretty.
When's the last time you've had a horse?
Well, it's been a long time. I haven't gone riding in a long time, but two of my horses are buried outside here in the
Oh
corral.
really? Did you bury them as whole, or did you have them cremated?
No, they just, the vet came and they had to, both of them had been sick and they had to be put down.
Oh.
I wasn't like that woman who's shooting dogs.
Oh, was it
Oh my
North
God.
Carolina or North Dakota or South Dakota
Oh.
governor?
Whoever, whatever. So, no, all my animals lived till long, good lives, and they got sick, and then they had to be put down. I mean, they weren't put down together; they were
Right.
separate.
Oh.
So, but yeah, I taught horseback riding when I was 12 years old.
12 years old?
Mhm.
Wow.
I taught riding when I was 12. I had like so many different lifetimes in this lifetime. Yeah, I was really, I showed in horse shows and stuff and got ribbons.
That's pretty amazing. Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah. And then I talked my dad into buying me this horse that nobody wanted. And it was because nobody wanted the horse because it wasn't a great horse.
Oh, it wasn't?
No, it was a purebred thoroughbred off the track. And they trained it to dressage, which I'm not a dressage rider. I was
What
a
is
jumper.
that?
Well, dressage is kind of like a fancy way of moving the horse. It's kind of like a dance.
Oh,
It's
okay.
certain moves that they make, that backwards and sideways and forward. It's actually a beautiful way to ride, and I learned a little bit of it, but anyway, you know, how they have reputations of horse traders,
Mm-hmm.
like they don't have good reputations. Well, we got suckered.
Oh, did you?
But I loved her and I took care of her till she could, till she was old and couldn't.
Oh,
I mean, I all my horses at the end of their lives never had a bit in their mouths or a saddle on their backs, and
oh,
all they
really?
tired. They were like the deer in the corral. I totally spoiled my animals.
So did you ride you rode them all bareback then?
Not all of them.
Oh,
Kismet, I did not. She was too crazy. But Misty, I did at camp. Excuse me, she was my horse. I went to a horseback riding camp. I ended up running it. I was the head counselor. Did I ever tell you that?
mm-mm.
Yeah.
My
I was the head
gosh.
counselor at a horseback riding camp. And there were two of us that were head counselors, and she was really a better rider than I was.
Right.
I was like the fun one. I was, I played the guitar on the hay rides and stuff, and
Aw.
yeah, it was really. I've had a really beautiful life. I mean, I'm still having an amazing
I was
life,
gonna say.
but yeah, I was very much into horse, and you know why I started going to camp?
Mm-mm.
Because both my sisters were married at a young age, and they were 9 and 13 years older than I
Oh, I
was.
thought you were gonna go. They were 9 and 13 when they got married.
So, um, excuse me, my parents worked, and I was alone a lot, and I
Mm,
kept seeing and feeling energies, and I didn't know what they were.
right. So you're like, I'm gonna
You
go be
talk
around
about it.
people.
I had this, I had this thing for dinner that's gonna be for breakfast already. That keeps enjoying it. Okay, but anyway, like the person who my parents worked, so the person who helped take care of me would leave the house, and then I would have to heat up the dinner that my mother would make that morning. And even on a bright sunny day, I would close the drapes
Right.
and pull the window shades down and close the doors in the den until they got home because I kept feeling somebody was watching me. But it was spirits. There, I was connecting with spirits, but I didn't know what it was. So I went
Wow.
to summer camp so I wouldn't be alone.
I
You
I don't
sleep
blame
with
you.
you sleep with other campers in the whatever
Gonna feels
cabin.
like somebody's watching me.
But I didn't know. I didn't know there were spirits. I didn't understand any
Wow.
of it. Nobody knew. So it took me all those years till I was like in my 20s, early 20s, to meet people who knew about spiritualism, and that's how I learned.
Oh, that's cool. So, see what we have not learned this before. So look at that. We got the.
Yeah, I mean, literally, I think it's really important for all of us to conquer our fears, and that's how I conquered my fears. So I went, so, and I mean, I truly was like so mischievous at camp. It was like, I used to get in trouble all the time. I used to get punished all the time because I used to do crazy, funny things.
What did
Never,
you do?
never mean,
What was your worst thing you did?
never mean, never mean. Well, we'd sneak our boyfriends to the
Mm,
barn when we were like 15 years old.
get a little smoochy.
Well, a little bit. But we were good
Oh,
girls. We were
okay.
good girls. But yeah, they would like come, they would drive into to the country to see us. And then we would sneak out at night and go into town. And they I remember one night they realized that we snuck out, and they locked the cabin and wouldn't let us in, and it was freezing cold. And we had no blankets because we didn't get back till like 2 in the
So
morning.
did you have
And
to cuddle and huddle?
yeah, well, we did. We rode our bikes, and we had to go into the clubhouse and sleep on these really uncomfortable chairs and like a
That's
couch
hilarious.
thing. But and and there was this bell that woke you up in the morning, it was one of those big bells, like kind of like a church bell, but it was like
Ding.
when it yeah, when it's time for breakfast, the bell rang. When it was time for lunch, the bell rang. When it was time for dinner, the bell rang. And when it was time to go to sleep, the bell rang. So I had one of the little campers climb up and tie the bell so it wouldn't work. I was
So you
so
got
bad.
somebody else to do it. That's funny.
I was so bad. And then my dad would bring me these things. They were like firecrackers. I mean, they weren't dangerous, but like if you pull, they each had a string on each side, and if you pulled them, they would crack. So one we got up in the middle of the night, my girlfriend and I would tie one part of the string to the door and one to the screen door. So the next morning when everybody woke up, all you heard was pop, 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 pop. I mean, it was innocent fun, but we were mischievous.
Oh my gosh. You, as we call ornery.
I don't know that I was ornery because I was fun.
I guess. Yeah. Ornery is more of
I wasn't ornery. I wasn't ornery. I was just mischievous.
I bet you still are a little bit, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
She's like, mm-hmm.
With my friends. Like we're kind of silly.
That's the childlike and not childish.
It's the Leo.
Yes. That's
It's the
my dad
Leo.
was the same way. He's a Leo, and he was always young at heart.
Who, your dad?
Mm-hmm.
Aw.
That's where I got my
Hey, when's your dad's birthday?
August 15th.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Mm-hmm. He'll be 89.
God bless him.
Yep.
That's really,
He's
that's
so
great.
old he farts dust.
Yeah, so so anyway, I could go on and on and on, but it was always clean fun and we never hurt anybody.
But those make great memories though, so.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's so many probably more memories that my friends would remind me of. But I mean, I'd sneak out of my parents' house and I figured out how to climb out the window in the middle of the night, and our friends were having a sleepover. It was on the other side of the park. We lived across from a park.
Right?
You could never do it now. You'd be like murdered or something. But I would sneak out and go to the party, the sleepover, and then sneak back into my parents' house. But one time I did it and my cat was missing. So
Did you leave the door open or the
I
window?
went out looking for the cat. And it was like 3 a.m, and then I found the cat and I rang the doorbell. I scared my parents.
They're like, "What the heck you doing out there?"
Oh my God, I have so many other stories about this, but I'll go. I don't want to bore everybody.
I'm sure, and
There's
they're
funny stories.
enjoying it. They're enjoying it. Were you the most mischief? I can't even say it. Of the whole yeah.
Oh my God, of course. I was the baby.
Yeah, me too.
I
I'm
was
the
the
baby.
youngest. And they were, married young, and they were out of the house.
I'm the one too. I'm the one.
We would drive up to McDonald's and sing the Burger King song.
Oh, at the drive-in?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. What is the Burger King song? I forgot.
Hold the pickles, hold the lettuce. Special orders won't upset us. All we ask is that you let us serve it your way or something. Have it your way.
Oh, have it your way.
I mean, that's what it used to be. I don't know what it is now.
I don't remember that. In the pickles on the I don't remember that one.
Well, that's probably because you weren't born yet. It was probably in the, I don't know, the 70s. No, the 60s. Probably in the 60s. Maybe 60s or 70s.
I was going to say 70s I was born, but
so
that's funny.
Just do silly things.
And you used to be able to get away with more things back then than you could now.
Back in the day. I mean,
Yeah.
I could ride my bike around the block, and my mom would say, "Come back at, when the sun goes down."
That was me. Yeah.
right? You too. Like
Yeah.
we were safe. It was safe.
I remember
Our neighborhood
you would
was
hear
safe,
all the mothers yell out the window like, Tony, come on home. Time for
right?
dinner.
Right? And then sometimes you'd eat at your
Yep.
friend's house or your neighbor,
Mm-hmm.
or have lunch at your neighbor's, or they would have lunch with you. Well, we this is way before your time, but we used to have soup with Soupy Sales. Soupy Sales was a comedian,
I
and
remember
he
Soupy
was
Sales.
on TV here in Michigan, and everybody would rush home during lunchtime from school because we'd walk to school and walk back, and we'd have lunchtime with Soupy. And we would always, it was Campbell's soup, and we would have whatever soup he had.
That's
So
fun.
if he had tomato soup, we did. If he had chicken soup, we had it. I mean, I feel bad for so many of the kids today because they don't have that peace of mind of freedom to just be.
Right. Yeah, that's
Just
for sure. Yeah, you can't let a kid just go play on the streets like you used to be able to.
you can't. You cannot. Although my neighbors do because we're at a dead end.
Right.
So it's pretty safe here where I live here. And they have a basketball at the end of the street here,
Oh,
which
okay, like a gas
I'm
ball
not very
goal.
good at. But but it's a much harder time now.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Especially out
And
here in California.
well, California's really not. I mean,
Even up where I'm live, just 5, 6 years ago, it's fairly safe, but it's starting to see a lot more crime.
like what?
Just shootings. You know,
Shootings?
yeah, we're getting a lot of the where what does that call it, smash and grab, where they just a group of people run into stores and just grab and run out. We've been getting a lot of that up there, which was kind of crazy. We even had, oh my gosh, so I go to the chiropractor. It's called The Joint.
Oh yeah, I know about that place.
Yeah, so it's like right there. Did you hear about that camera in the bathroom?
No.
So up in Santa Clarita, the joint, the only joint that's up there,
Uh-huh.
apparently the doctor or somebody or whoever put a camera in the bathroom so he
Why?
can, I guess, so we could watch whoever goes in. And
That's horrible.
yeah, some woman was using the restroom and she had set her phone on by the trash can, and when she reached to get it, she said she saw the light.
Oh
And
my
so
God.
she called the police and they came and investigated. It was on the news. I was like, oh,
That's horrible.
that's really bad. I was just like, oh my gosh. So I used to go there and there was this like kind of a creepy doctor and I was just like, I don't like the energy.
Horrible. But the Joint has different chiropractors, don't they?
Oh yeah, they have different kinds. Yeah, and some I like, some I don't. Yeah.
But the other chiropractors probably didn't know that one was being like
No, not at
a
all.
peeping Tom.
Not at all. And usually that one only has one that I've ever been in there, but so I don't know. But I don't know if he takes it down.
So creepy.
That was creepy. So yeah, I just thought so. It's been a lot of different crowd joining us up there.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
so I won't be going to that one.
I don't blame you. That's crazy. So I'm hearing like somebody outside like doing fireworks. Oh, they're getting ready for
Baby, it's a
Memorial
fire.
Day.
Oh, yeah,
They
that's in
like
2 weeks.
Yeah, but they start early here. Like they I don't know, like the neighbors and stuff at nighttime they
Really?
do the
Wow.
fireworks because it's it's not rural. It's still city, but there's a lot of empty land around. So, yeah, I just heard it. Okay, I know why people are watching the show because they don't really want to hear about my antics at camp. They want a reading. So let's get some people.
On live?
Yeah.
Well, we
Let's
do have a Michigan phone number. I
Okay.
think it's a first-time caller.
Okay.
248.
Yeah, let's get first time callers.
Here we go. 248, you're on the air.
Oh my goodness. Hello.
Hi,
How are you? Who are you?
I'm Molly. I'm good.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Have I ever met you?
No, I've been listening to the show for months now, and I knew you were from Michigan, so I thought it was awesome, and I've
Thank you.
always wanted to call in.
Where are you in Michigan?
I actually live up in Mansalona,
Where's that?
right outside of Traverse City near
Oh, it's
Boyne.
beautiful. It's beautiful.
Oh, it's so beautiful,
Oh my God. It's
especially right now.
it's the best. It's the
Yeah.
best. Northern Michigan's the best kept secret. I'm gonna go up there this year. I'm gonna go up to probably Charlevoix. I'm gonna try to drive up there.
Oh,
But
it's so gorgeous.
and you go to
It
Sleeping Bear
really is.
Dunes? You go to Sleeping Bear Dunes?
I do. I own a farm, so I do a lot of work. I'm kind of stuck on my farm,
Oh,
most of the time, but yeah, I've been there many times, and born and raised in Michigan. I'm from the city down in Detroit, but I moved up here a couple of years ago.
which city?
Right, like Metro Detroit, so
Yeah.
like Ferndale,
Yeah. I went
basically.
I grew up in Oak Park.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's the window I snuck out of in in Oak Park.
That's amazing.
That's the Oak Park
That's
Park.
amazing.
Do you remember the Oak Park? Did you ever see the Oak Park Park?
Absolutely.
That's the park I was talking about, with the hill and the tennis
Oh,
court, swimming pool, and all that stuff. Yeah.
yeah.
So Molly, it's so nice to talk to you. Did you want a reading? Oh, what? But I had a question that I asked everybody. I don't know if you've had this experience. Did you ever have a near-death experience?
Um, I not I couldn't say any near death experiences necessarily.
But you
I
believe in
think that I've just had, yes, I do. I do definitely. I don't
Okay,
think I've had any like experiences I can say that are
right,
necessarily that.
right. Well, thank goodness you didn't die on the operating table and came back to talk about the experience you had.
Right.
I'm going to say my
Yeah.
prayer protection because I have to do that every time I read, and then I'll tune in on you. We ask
Okay.
the universal consciousness and God that holds the highest spiritual power of knowledge, wisdom, and truth to guide and protect us as we communicate with our guides and angels in the spirit world and tap into the wisdom of the universe. We respect this opportunity and take full responsibility to use this not for ego or controlling others, but with the pure intention of spreading love and healing life on this earth and beyond. Anything that is in, near, around, or about us that is not of light, go back to where you came from and turn to light if you choose, but stay away from us. So, did you lose a dog?
Yeah.
Was this like within the last year or 2 years?
I think probably about 3 years.
Oh, and
Yeah.
was there, okay, I'm not sure what I'm getting two things. I'm getting an S or C. I don't know who that is.
Okay.
An S or C. Do you know who that is?
It could, I mean, it depends on not necessarily departed or here,
an,
but
but
C would be,
do you have living that's an S or C?
yes,
Is it an S or C?
a C.
Is it spelled C-A or C-H?
Yeah,
What?
CH.
C-H like Charlie or sorry, is it C-H-A-R or C-H? Chloe? I don't know the name, but it's CH.
Oh, yeah, CHR.
Is it Chris?
Yeah,
Who's that?
that's actually my boyfriend.
Oh. Does he help you carry the buckets? The black
Yeah,
buckets?
yeah, yeah, he does.
I'm seeing him carrying the buckets. And and who's Jake or Jay? Like, did you have an animal named Jake or John or Jake or Jay?
No, no animals
Was there a
named
person?
that. No.
Was there a person Jay around you?
Yeah,
Is it a
they're
male?
living.
Are they a male? Is it a
Yeah,
male? Is it a John or
yeah.
Joseph
It
or Jake?
it
Jake? I don't know the name. James? Who is this? Jason?
um no, there's a Jeremy.
Jeremy? Who is that?
Just a friend of the family.
I don't think that's who I'm getting. Did,
No.
I don't think that's who I'm getting. Do you know if Chris has a deceased person who's a John or Jake or Jay or Joe or
He
something?
might.
I
And
feel like
that could be his grandpa,
I
actually.
feel
I'm
like
not
there's a
sure.
spirit around him by that with a J. That's what I think I'm getting.
Huh.
I don't think it's the Jeremy person. I think it's somebody else.
I'll
And
have to ask.
does he want to move in with you?
Yeah, we live in a tiny house right
Yeah, so you
now
do live
on
together. And are you talking about
yeah.
expanding it or building it or expanding it?
Yeah, yeah, actually we want to build an addition on it next fall.
Yeah, I see you expanding it. It's good. It's a good thing.
Oh,
What's with the mud or is there a pond or mud, a pond or
there's a lot of dirt. We
but
just
is
had a
there
lot of
like
compost.
oh you have
Go
compost.
ahead.
You have compost is what
Yeah, we just actually today just finished moving a bunch of like 80 yards of compost.
yeah, I'm seeing mud or muck. Do,
Yeah,
do
it's
you
a
have
lot of mud.
do you have like Newmarket boots or
Um,
rubber boots or
y-
wellies, whatever they call them?
yeah, we have rubber boots. He was my boyfriend was a commercial fisherman in Alaska for 10 years. So
It's got those
we
high,
we yeah.
yeah, I'm seeing high rubber boots. I thought they're called wellies. Maybe I'm wrong. Um, okay, so I think and are you getting like a pig or a donkey or a goat?
Um, no, I don't think so.
But you have a farm.
Yes.
Do you have
Yeah,
horses?
it's
Do you have,
mostly
do you have horses?
no, it's no animals other than my dog.
Your dog.
We just
Okay.
it's a plant farm.
Well, a plant farm. Oh, who used to live on that farm? Well, did they used to have animals on that farm?
Uh, they might have. Yeah, I don't know.
Did you find bones when you were digging?
Yeah, actually we did.
I think I'm picking up on the spirits of the animals that lived on your farm and the bones. I'm seeing buried animals there. And
Huh.
what did
Yeah.
you find like a femur or a leg or something or an arm or something?
Yeah,
What
actually we did find that.
Yeah, I think there's other animals buried on that property, but I feel good about it. I feel like they're happy. I feel like
Oh, that's
it's
great.
not a spooky movie kind of, crazy music, you know. It's not that. It's
Yeah,
like they're happy
yeah.
spirits that still hang out there.
Huh. Oh, that's great. Yeah, we found a lot actually while we
I
were
know because
clearing and creating.
there's a lot of buried animals there, and I think that's why in the beginning of the show I started talking about my horses that are buried in my corral because there's like a theme going on spiritually with all this with the animals, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
I didn't even think of that.
I like Chris. He's a good guy.
Yeah, I like him too.
So
He's pretty great.
are you organic? Is that what kind of farm this is? Organic?
Yeah, actually it is. It's an all organic farm. We cultivate everything organically and we like to make like a lot of our plant food.
Amazing. That's amazing. And what happened with the water? I feel like you had an issue with the well or the water.
Yeah, we've had some issues with the water actually. Right now we're dealing with our well is we have to get a new pump put in just for higher pressure, but right now our water is not drinkable. We got a test back that said there was a
Yeah,
bacteria in it, so we have
okay,
to
so you better like figure all that out. You
yeah,
need to fix the water in the well, but you'll do it. It's expensive, so it takes time, but
yeah.
you guys will figure it out. Are you selling things on Amazon or eBay or something, or do you go to markets and sell stuff?
And no, not necessarily online. We do sell things I mean, I do sell things on online, like some of my machines and things like that. But we
Yeah,
sell our farm products
yeah, I see you
to
selling. I see you selling things. That's good. That's great.
that's
It's really,
amazing.
yeah, it's all good. You've got good things coming, but you definitely have to fix the water. Can you
Yeah.
get a reverse osmosis on it or something like that? You need to fix the water.
We've been looking into RO. Unfortunately, of course, the plants love it because it's full of bacteria. but
Oh,
but for our consumption, it's not so great. Um,
I feel like you need for your farm, for your drinking, you need an RO. Look
yeah, I
look into
agree.
reverse osmosis.
Yeah, I think so.
Well,
Yeah,
so nice to talk to you. I it's
yeah. I know. I have to keep it short. I just wanted to know if there was any other like humans possibly
like
coming in any
you mean
way.
deceased?
Yeah.
Is there somebody with an E or M or A or M?
Um. Yes, there is an E.
Is that a
Um.
is that a
That
female? Is that a female E or male?
it's a male.
Is it E with an R in it or a D
No,
or an L in it?
no. I
Okay.
that the other person I think I was thinking of does have an E in the name, but it doesn't start with an E.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm picking up on who you want to, but there's not a Eugene though, right?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. I don't know. I'm not sure who is this one of your parents? Is that what you're picking up on? Or
Yeah,
is it your dad or no,
yeah,
it's your dad?
yeah.
Uh-huh. Are there two E's in his name or
No, there's just one.
okay, I'm not sure what his name is, but I feel like he is trying to come through. I just don't know his name. I feel
Okay.
like,
Yeah.
and I feel like he's showing me a light. So I don't know, have you felt his presence? Have you had lights flickering on and off? Have you had,
Yeah. I feel his presence often.
and did you have like a lamp or a light fixture or something, a ceiling light go on and off?
Yeah, I do often.
I think that's your dad trying to let you know he's there.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, I
And
really miss him.
who's ER? ER or ends in ER?
Ends in ER.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I
I
don't
can't
know.
think.
I would love to talk to you more, Molly, but I gotta run.
I I know. Well, thank you very
But
much
I'm gonna
for
tell you
taking
that
the time.
it's your dad. It's your dad making the light go on and off. And the other thing is he's saying you know it's him. Like you think it's him, and then you go, oh, okay, hi, Dad.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I know it's
Yeah,
him.
so he's watching over you.
Oh, that's great. Well, thank you very much.
You're
I
so welcome.
appreciate your
Thank you,
time.
Molly. Take good care of yourself.
You too.
Okay, bye-bye.
Molly
Okay,
moly.
let's get somebody else in. I know I'm taking too long with people. I'm not getting enough people in.
Well, we do have someone from a 401, which is Rhode Island. So let's
Oh,
go ahead and
good.
bring him. I think it's a guy.
Hello.
Yep.
Hi.
Hi, Char.
Hi, how are you?
It's Big Bernie, formerly of Boston, now in Florida.
Wait. Bernie. Is it Bernie?
This is Big Bernie, yeah.
Oh my God. Did you text that or did you put on social media that you had a near-death experience?
Yeah, I did. It was, and you know, I do a lot of spiritualism and I read a lot of books and watch a lot of shows and
Bernie, I love you. I think you're great. You're so supportive of the show. I know how supportive you are, and I'm grateful to you.
I like to watch you. You know, I had read your book and then you popped up in a dream and I knew we were going to have some kind of relationship. And we've probably had past lives together or something. I don't know how that happens, but like I'm big friends with Maureen Hancock. Have you heard of Maureen Hancock? She
Yes,
works with James Van Parv all the time.
You know, I have heard of her, but I don't think I've ever met her, but I have heard of her. But tell us your story. Tell us your
All right.
near-death
So
experience.
back when I was 21 years of age, my roommate was a Teamster president, and he was on the board of directors of the boys club in Cambridge, Massachusetts. And they were having a fundraiser, and somebody stole $20 out of the Las Vegas night. And when I pulled up, he was running into a bar. So I backed him up, and we ended up in a fight with 5 people get stabbed with the one knife, and all over $20. And anyway, I'm now in the hospital, and I'm stabbed, and they're working on him, and I'm not fatally stabbed, but it could have been. It was like an inch away from an artery. But anyway, he appeared in my room, and we went back to the scene, and it was like in this golden light, and he was dressed in all his favorite clothes, like his Jordache jeans and the Nike sneakers and the brown leather coat, and he's talking to me telepathically, like he's walking up to me, and he's telling me that everything's going to be okay, and you're all right, and everything's going to be all right, and then he turns around and walks towards Leechmere. And they came in my room and told me that he had passed away.
Wow.
And that's the first time a spirit really appeared to me in that clear of a fashion.
That's amazing.
and since then he's come through other mediums, and I've had
Wow.
other people stand next to my bed and poke me and say, "What's up, Big Bird?" My nickname was Big Bird.
Wow.
Yeah, so yeah, she understands they were dead, honey. Yeah, so my buddy's standing next to me, and he says, he pokes me 3 times. We used to do martial arts together on Boston Commons and stuff, and he'd say, every time you see me, you have to touch me, like, because I want to exchange energy with them. And after he died in a motorcycle wreck, he's standing next to my bed, and he pokes me in the ribs 3 times, and he says, "What's up, Big Bird?" And then my other friend, Carlos, he died a few months later. And he did the same thing. He stood next to my bed. He said, "What's up, Big Bird?" And he poked me 3 times. And I knew that JJ helped Carlos come through. So the first time I saw Maureen, she was explaining that this guy here is going to help this little boy that got run over by a car, and he's going to help him come through. And I was like checking things off. I was like, "Yep, I knew JJ helped Carlos come through." She was just verifying information for me.
Wow.
And now, you have that near. Even John Holland, he had some kind of car accident. I had a dream about him. It was nuts. I was touching up a painting of a sea captain. And then he's going to take me to this art show with these people in his car and whatever. And I knew this lady, Jean Holland. I had given her a reading, and I knew the sea captain's name was John Holland. I go after church, I go to the house of my buddy's wife. I come in the door. I said, "Can you take a sea captain that's from Ireland named John Holland that's in England? He's attached to the Navy, but he's not in the Navy." And she turns her computer around, and there's a John Holland, her ancestor, sea captain, helping with the first submarines in England.
That's incredible.
Yeah, so when you have that kind of experience, I almost got killed. My buddy came to me, and I think that opens you up when you have that kind of trauma.
Right. And do you do readings now?
Yeah, I do. On Wednesdays I sit with Onset Spiritualist Church from Onset, Massachusetts on Zoom at 7:00. We give free readings the third Wednesday of every month.
That's so nice.
And then Maureen Hancock University, she does once a month. You should open a university. Anyway, I sit with her because I read people once a month at Maureen Hancock University. She has a class, and everybody, she does a lecture, and then we read a couple people.
That's really nice. I have a Patreon group that we do healings for people. It's like
well, that's another thing I learned. I mean, the power of prayer. Like this one medium, I like to watch the old ones, like Psychic Investigator and all that, and
right.
The guy had a little girl, and he had her kidnapped, and her and her psychic group prayed for this little girl, and he let her go. And
there's power in prayer, and there's power when there's a group of people praying. Always, it's always more dynamic.
Well, I had that dream about you with the Sunny when I was. Your Uncle George sent me to go get gourmet hamburger out of the supermarket. And he gave me the message, "I love Sunny." And then you told me something that you give your dog hamburger, right?
I did. I had to stop because it was too rich for his stomach, but that's all. I cooked for him for 10 years.
And then you gave me the well the last time, right? And I had a well problem. So when I heard you give that last call of the well, I was like, yeah, she's getting the well thing again. So you were right on with the well, and so when we have that kind of a thing where I get stuff for you and you get stuff for me, that really, sometimes it's a little gobbled and you do have to kind of fit it in somehow, but other times it's clear as a bell. And I think it has to do with the, Maureen was talking about, I don't know what we have, a full moon or something happened recently that was kind of disrupting the energy.
Right. There was an eclipse.
Right. So that, I don't know, because I was reading, I was getting everybody. I was getting their wedding anniversary and everything,
Well,
and
that's
the whole family
really
and pets.
that's special because I think that it comes in ebbs and flows, and that there's certain times when the planets are in a certain place that it may be, or the veil is thinner, that you can connect with the spirits more easily. That's
Yeah,
I know that happens, and then you can be like during Mercury retrograde, I'm usually on a real roll all the time. That's interesting to me. That's interesting.
yeah. Well, sometimes you hit a home run and you get who's the Steelers fan, and oh my, I have a picture of my son wearing a Steelers jersey, and other times you're like, well, I worked with a guy named Dave. I always wondered what happened to him. You just feel like a schmuck.
So, is that your wife with you?
Yeah, she likes listening to you. We listen to you together.
Okay, so who's the M or A person deceased, with her or you? It's an A or an M initial. Don't say the name though.
I have both.
Is the M a female?
Yes.
Is it like a Mary or Margaret or MAR person?
Right, Margaret.
She's here. Is that your grandma or your mom?
Yes, that's my grandmother. That's the first one that came through with Maureen.
Yeah, she's here. And then is there an A initial person?
Yes.
And is there an Ann or Anna or A
Um,
AL or AN?
well, I'm going with Arthur.
Who's that?
Do we have an Anna? No Anna, but we got an Arthur.
Who's that?
That's a good friend of mine.
Who's deceased?
Yes.
Did he like to drink? I mean, not an alcoholic.
Yeah, yes, he did. We ended up with the same counselor.
Oh, so he was an alcoholic.
Yeah.
And were you an alcoholic as well?
Yeah, I haven't had a drink in 30 years.
Good for you. God bless you. You know what I found? The people who are recovered drug addicts and alcoholics are more psychic and more open to stuff than a lot of people, because, and I think part of it is because the trickster energies know how gifted you are, and they don't want you to be, so they just, put the alcohol in your path. Because, there are tricksters.
That's true.
Yeah, and you're open. You're so open. Your aura's ripped to shreds, and they just hang around waiting for you.
Yeah. Well,
And,
I think I think you and your wife are very special. I appreciate you calling in so much. I've got to run, but call in anytime, and thank you, both of you, for your support.
You got to run. We'll have some fun. God bless you, Char.
Okay. Take good care. All the
You
best.
too, honey.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Oh, what nice people.
We love Bernie.
Tony, thank you for helping us find really fun people again. And we will be back next Friday, and I will start doing readings earlier so we get more people in. So you guys call in next Friday. And let's see, I'm doing a class June 25th and 26th. I've got some upcoming dates of fun things that I'm going to talk about, but not yet. And I'm also doing a small group reading. I don't have the date in front of me, but I think it's in June. I think it's sometime in June, where it's not in person, but it's and also I think we have space open for tomorrow's reading, but it's probably too last minute for anybody to sign up. But you could sign up if you text the office. 248-909-2427 if anybody wants to have a session or a reading or whatever. So take care of yourselves, everybody, and remember that intuition will take you places logic never could. Bye-bye.